What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you? I'll go first.
Hey beautiful people, how you doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a video of a sister who asked the question like, what do you think your parents could have done differently to raising you? What do you think they could have done differently? Let's go hear what she has to say and then we'll come back.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you? I'll go first. I had super strict parents. Now I can't make one decision by myself. I'm literally lost without direction. Strict parents does have its pros, but it be having its cons.
So this has gotten a lot of people's reaction and a lot of people have a lot to say. I have a lot to say of things I thought my parents should have done to just make things or make me a better person, or you know what I'm saying. So let's go hear what other people are saying and then we'll come back and talk.
One thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
Actually raised me. For most of my life, I honestly felt like I really just raised myself. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll give it to my family that they did provide a house, clothes, food on the table for me to eat. But those are all basically what you're supposed to do as a parent. They gave me the physical things, the tangible things, but not like emotional stability, mental stability. I always felt like the black sheep of my family. They always just used to like beat me down. Figuratively, of course, for the most part. But I would have really liked, if we could have been an actual family. Like if we had family dinner, if we talked to each other rather than arguing or blaming or pointing fingers. If I was valued more for my worth as a person rather than my academic worth or intellectual worth. Basically, if I was just treated like a human. And above all, if they took my feelings into consideration.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
It's not something I wish they did differently, but they were not affectionate. I don't really care, but when people say that they love me and they want to hug me and stuff, I just look at them like they weird, because what are you doing?
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
The first thing, I just want to say parents aren't perfect and they are going to make mistakes. In this case, it's not just my parents, but like basically my entire family. So since I was a kid, I always was looked down upon as far as like my weight. So it was always, and I wasn't even like overweight as a kid. I just was slightly bigger than I guess your regular kid. I wasn't skinny, but I wasn't overweight, if that makes sense. So it was always like a constant, you shouldn't be eating that. Your plate is too big. You should be on a diet. Like I was 7, 8 years old being told I needed to be on a diet, which I think affected me a lot mentally. So I wasn't allowed to eat certain foods sometimes, or I was looked down upon or gave me the side eye, or like my plate being taken away from me. So I feel like as I got older and, I started making my own decisions, I started to overeat, and it was because I didn't know when my next meal was going to be. Part 2.
One thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
I wish parents let you have more of an opinion and decision on your own life. And I know it's not just my culture, it's really like traditional parents are like this, and yeah. It's like you want to move outside your house to go to college or university, and it's like, no. What are you thinking? We are not like them. And it's like, why does it always have to be like that, Like, let your kids live their life. Oh, and if they don't want to be a lawyer, doctor, or engineer, you're asking to be homeless. You have to do something of that, or else you will be homeless. And it's like the kid doesn't even get to explore or even have an opinion or even push out that opinion, or else you're just going to get yelled at. It's a no. It's a big no. Other cultures do it and they become successful off of it. So, just let your kids speak, validate their opinions, all of that.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you? I'll go first. I had super strict parents.
I thought about this for a while, and for a long time I hated my mother because of how she raised me, and I would always talk about the shit that she used to do and, just complain all the time about how she raised me and how she used to hit me and all these bad things. But then as I grew older, I started to realize at the end of the day, it's not your parents' fault for raising you the way that they have raised you, because they only know what they know then, so it's like they've been taught this by their parents, so it's not their fault for them raising you in a way that you would not like to be raised. At the end of the day, I am who I am because of my mother, and I'm so grateful and humbled and blessed to have my mother, and I don't care about these bad things because I've developed tough skin because of it. So be thankful for your parents and don't get angry at them for how you weren't raised. Love your parents, man.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
Aborting me, because I did not agree to all this life shit. at all.
One thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you.
I wish they weren't as strict. I wish that they supported me more. I wish that they had my back more often. I wish that they let me make more of my own decisions so I didn't grow up with an inability to have healthy boundaries in any relationship. I wish that they healed from their trauma instead of passing it along to me. I wish that they treated me like my brother. I wish they didn't hold me to archaic cultural standards. I wish that they valued more depth in our relationship instead of, if it looks good, it is good. I wish that they cared less about what other people thought and cared more about how their children felt. I wish they didn't compare me to everybody, especially my siblings. And I wish they just looked at me as a whole different and unique child and loved me anyway.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
Well, for starters, I grew up in a one-parent household. And my mom was half white, half Japanese, and my dad was full black. I wish my mom would have loved me as her black daughter. My mom consistently told me that my hair needed to be straight. I wasn't pretty if my hair wasn't straight. My grandparents did the same thing. They were like, Jada, your hair, it should be straight. There's other girls out there who can fix their hair and your hair just doesn't look right. So I wish my mom would have raised me to embrace my beauty, embrace my blackness, embrace everything that I have become. And I wish my father took the time to actually be in my life, because maybe I would have had a little bit more, black culture.
One thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you.
I hope I'm not the only one that this happened to, but I really wish my parents gave me my own room, because I would sleep with them on the same bed, and at night, they would do it, and I think my dad thought I was sleeping or something, or I don't know why they didn't think that I was gonna wake up from the bed rocking, but I would, and I would just act like I was sleeping, and yep, it traumatized me, and I heard some really weird things.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
I hope my parents never see this, because they are very big about their image. One thing I wish my parents would have done is support me without any strings attached. Something that has always been very annoying to me is that anytime my parents do something for me, they hang that over my head. It's like, see, we do stuff for you. This is more so my mom than my dad. But my mom, honestly, I love her, but she's my biggest hater. She'll say, good job, I'm proud of you, whatever. But there's always a but. That lady cannot help herself. She has to say something negative. So recently I just moved into another apartment. Mind you, I'm only 22 years old, and I've been moved out of my parents' house since I was 19 years old. I've never asked them for a bill, nothing like that. We moved from a 2-bed with roommate to a 1-bed with my girlfriend. This apartment is smaller, obviously, because it's a 1-bedroom, and the layout is a little bit different. But we also moved closer to a city, so the prices go up. And this apartment is newer. Our old apartment was built in 1960. So I call her to show her the new place, and the first thing she says, damn, you and old girl better not break up, because that's a small ass space y'all got to be moving around. Why?
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
I guess if I was to put it in one thing, it would be, I wish they disciplined me. You would be surprised how negatively it affects a child to not be disciplined or have boundaries. I can vividly remember seeing my friends' parents punish them over their bad report cards, but my parents never even looked at mine. I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, however I wanted. And my friends would look at me like, you're so lucky. And I would look at them like, are you kidding me? Your parents care enough about you to tell you no. When I tell you I had no rules and boundaries, I was sleeping at my boyfriend's house at 14. Parents bought me cigarettes from the age of 14 to 18 until I can buy them myself. And if my mom said no for some brief reason, I would just beg a little like kids do, and she would always give in. And now what I get told is, I did the best that I could. You wouldn't ever let me tell you no. So not only did I experience that, but now I'm blamed for how I was parented because it was my fault.
What's one thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you?
Okay, before I say what I need to say, let me say this point really quickly. I strongly 100% believe that childhood obesity is 100% the parents and the government's fault. It has nothing to do with the child. Yes, yet the child has to face 100% of the consequences. They're the ones that have the eating disorders. There's the one that they have to be bullied. There's the one they have to have the health concerns. It is literally so tragic. And the fact that it's brushed over, it's insane. So the one thing I wish my father would have done differently is definitely implement nutritious foods into my diet. Because why are you bringing home fast food every day? And mind you, we're middle class. We're not in poverty. So he has the means to buy healthier options. So the fact that he didn't do that, I'm like, wow, That's pure neglect. And do y'all understand how many times I've asked, like, over and over, like, damn, can you stop bringing home fast food? Because, like, this is literally temptation all around me. I'm trying to lose weight. I have gained so much trauma from being fat in this society. I don't think y'all understand the trauma.
One thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you.
This might sound different, but I wish that they wouldn't have pretended to be happy together just for the sake of me and my sisters. Because as a child, you're thinking, all right, this is love, this resentment, this like passive aggressive commentary, like this is what a relationship is. And so now in my adult life, I've had to unlearn all of those ideas of love because I was in a living situation where two people didn't want to be together.
One thing that you wish your parents would have did differently while raising you.
This is hard because I want to say everything. And I'm going to make multiple videos, but for this one, I'm going to say I wish they hadn't whooped us. One, because it taught me that fear equals respect from a young age, which no, those are two different things. Two, no child should fear their parents. Fear from my childhood was definitely a root cause for my anxiety issues. Also, whoopings made me a sneaky child. I learned to lie from a young age, so did my brothers. But the thing that hurts me the most is my lack of conflict resolution skills. When I am in conflict, when I am angry, I find myself behaving like my parents. You know, in my house, when there was conflict, things were catastrophic. It was yelling, screaming, hitting. There was no calm, there was no discussions. There were lectures and there were whoopings. And as an adult, you can't be in interpersonal relationships in conflict, cursing, screaming, yelling. It's not normal, and you have to unlearn that. So what I'm saying is, if you're a parent, don't beat your children. They do not deserve to have to unpack that trauma throughout the rest of their lives.
So let me know your thought down in the comment section, and let me know what are the things you feel your parents should have done differently raising you. Please go ahead and share your thought down in the comment section. Please do it respectfully. You don't have to disrespect anybody for you to air your opinion and your thoughts. So let's be respectful down in the comment section. Okay. So for me, this is it. Before I get into my own, I just want to say that you can really have it all. Yeah, on the stage, you can hear some people talk about how they wish their parents were more strict, how they wish their parents disciplined them. While we hear some people talking about how they wish their parents was not that strict. Like, you can have it all, really. You can have it all. So here's mine. For me, I feel like my parents should have been more present, because yes, we're provided the basic thing, house, clothing, food, and all that. But I feel like emotionally, in terms of connection, they were not there. I will not trade. One of the things I just thought about now is that, I said, my father shouldn't have had so many kids, but I don't think I could have traded that for anything, because I have some beautiful siblings that I love to death. So for me personally, I feel that's just it. I feel like my parents were not available emotionally and mentally. They just feel like if they can provide the basic needs, that is all they need. Send you to school, pay your school fees, put food on the table. That is it. For a long time, it was awkward. In fact, it was awkward for my dad to even tell you, I love you. My mom, over time, she came around to it. But my dad, he'll look at you so weird if you say, Dad, I love you. Because it's something that he never raised us with, never raised any of us with, to say, okay, show any form of affection or anything. So I just feel like that could have been different. Maybe that could have helped me not being very needy emotionally. So yeah, I guess that was it. Anyway, guys, please go ahead and share your own thought down in the comment section. Love to know what you think and what are the things you feel like your parents should have done better. Okay, so with that all said, guys, please don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because hey, that's what we do here. Okay, please smash the like button, because that helps YouTube to push out my content, and that will be you supporting your girl. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.